So they've been staring down this barrel before, and they find themselves with quite a lot on their plate this afternoon, although the result that took place earlier on between the USA and Samoa means that barring a complete disaster, a capitulation which results in them losing by 75 points or more, they will at least scrape through to the quarterfinals by default.
Yeah, although from an England-Australia rivalry, that would be quite funny, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. There is no love lost between sporting nations in white and red and those in green and gold.
It's a mischievous giggle, Rachel, in the background there.
Yeah, well, it's a very fair comment, isn't it? There's plenty of rivalry, and there'll be plenty to talk about after, I'm sure.
Look, 13 changes from the side that thrashed Samoa, as John Mitchell just, I suppose, is looking at options, looking at how he can manage the quarter-final with them one eye on the semi-final. I know people say they don't want to get too far ahead of themselves, but that must be in his thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, John Mitchell's in his riches, isn't he? He's got such a depth within this squad. We've seen these changes happen last weekend, and was there a change on field? Not particularly in terms of what they were able to produce. But what they want to do is they want to fine-tune. There were some areas that they want to be able to sharpen up on as you head into those knockout rounds.
Jess Breach gets her 50th cap. A hat-trick of tries against Samoa last weekend took her tally to 52. So 52 in 49 so far. And yet John Mitchell is challenging her, isn't he?
Yeah, and rightly so. You know, when you're in that position, it's never settled. You're always wanting to be pushed. You always want to be challenged. You want to try and keep getting better. And, you know, if we look back at the Six Nations when Jess Breach wasn't selected for that game against France at Twickenham because she wasn't on her form, and she's gone away. She's worked so hard to get herself back into this team. And she's been on really, really good form. And she's backing herself, and she's delivering on the field.
But the backing herself is the point he brought up, actually. He wants her to get better defensively, but says the time she struggles defensively is when she doesn't back herself.
Yeah, and I think we've seen her back herself with the ball in hand. So in attack, we've actually seen her taking players on the outside and not looking to thread the ball through with a kick for Ellie Kildare. She's actually backed herself, but the same has to go on the other foot as well when you're in defensive mode. You know, she can read the game really well. She's got the speed to be able to close down those pressure moments in defence, but she's got to back herself, and she's got to put herself in a position where she can make dominant and tackles, you know, that actually stop that momentum.
And today is the perfect test of that, because in Desiree Miller and in Caitlin Hulse, they've got two of the top try scorers, Australia, so far in the competition, who will be coming at Jess Breach all day long. And with the likes of Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe, who became the all-time New Zealand top try scorer just last weekend, lurking in that all-black side. Goodness me, Jess needs to be tested. She needs to be hitting her straps, because there are greater challenges lurking down the line.
It's a cliche, isn't it, Rachel, finally, about do England need a test at some point before the semi-final stage?
I think it's always helpful to be challenged in certain different areas, but I think England have had a number of tests over the years. You reflect back on WXV, where they were tested against Canada, the France game, where it became a very tight contest of England winning just by 1 point. So they've had a lot of lessons and learning leading into this Rugby World Cup, which I wouldn't say the same for the last Rugby World Cup. You know, they've come up against USA, very physical team, same with Samoa, and today's another challenge for them. And there'll be moments in this game that they won't get right, which will challenge them and test them and prepare them for the next game next week.
Thank you very much, both of you. Sports Extra at 5. If you want to listen to it, you can watch it on BBC Two as well. Wigan are down to 10 in their game at Lincoln. That's still 2-2 in League One. Halifax are down to 10 in their game in the National League. They still trail at Roots Hall against Southend by 1-0. Let's go back to Villa Park. Kick-off less than half an hour away. We'll look at things from an Andorra perspective. Their best ever result against England was in June. They lost by 1-0 in Barcelona. Xavi Bonet is from the Andorran FA. Afternoon to you. Thank you very much for joining us. What's the feeling amongst the Andorran FA and the Andorran team ahead of this, Xavi?
Hi, good afternoon. We are excited to be here. It's for us is the most special game in all the qualification round. So yeah, we are very, very happy.
What went so well for Andorra last time out in June against England? What worked?
Yeah, our main goal at every game is to arrive at the end of the game alive, no? When the score is not decided. We played in June a very good game, I think, in Barcelona in the month of June, only lost 0-1. And yeah, our main focus, especially for this game, but at every game, is to be really focused on defense.
And actually, that has worked for you, hasn't it? If you look at comparable nations, I suppose, through this World Cup qualifying, and I mentioned Gibraltar earlier, I mentioned Liechtenstein earlier, they've conceded not far off, either in one case double or not far off double what you have conceded so far.
Yeah, for us, this is true that the games, for example, in the Nations League, are different games because we play against a team of our size, like as you told, of Gibraltar or Liechtenstein or San Marino or something like this. Yeah, this game today is like a defeat against Goliath. It's something different for us. It's our Champions League final, maybe, no? But anyway, we are excited. We're looking forward for the kickoff.
Is the Nations League more enjoyable for you?
Maybe yes, because we can compete more the games today. Or last month, last June, sorry, it's not easy to compete against players from Arsenal, from Bayern München, from Barcelona, from big games. But it's it's a prize for us. It's a very big look to play games against this kind of players.
What is the ambition for you? Where do you want Andorran football to be in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years?
I really don't know, because the world of football, it changes every day. But yeah, for us it's important to continue this work, because our coach, for example, Condone, has been the coach for more than 100 international matches with the team, and has been in charge for 15 years. And we improved really our level this last year. So yeah, for us the goal is to improve, to grow up, and yeah, maybe I don't know, obviously go to the final round in the World Cup or European competition is not a reality. But anyway, if FIFA UEFA continues to put more games in the final rounds, maybe 1 year is our turn.
Xavi, thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Xavi Bonnet from the Andorran FA on 5 Live Sport. Swindon have got a third at Barrow. Barrow nil, Swindon 3 in League 2. Solihull Moors are 2-1 up at Boston now in the National League, and Woking will get all 3 points in that same division against Gateshead as they lead by 4-0. Boreham Wood are 3-0 up at home to Morecambe. Plymouth have got a 4th in League 1. Good performance this for them. John Akers.
Perfect afternoon for Tom Cleverley. It's Plymouth 4, Stockport 1. Perfect, I say, because Talai, their £1.4 million striker from Port Vale, has got his first league goal for the club after getting a couple in the trophy in midweek. Route 1, great first touch, rolled the defender, and then finished left-footed past the goalkeeper. Plymouth 4, Stockport 1.
Thank you very much. So England against Andorra is a 5 o'clock kickoff, full commentary with John Morris, Ian Dennis, Matthew Upson and Phil Jones. Mark Gay will be alongside Dan Byrne in the middle of England's defence. And John spoke to Thomas Tuchel about Mark Gay, who has obviously had a tough week when it comes to the transfer side of things.
He's very calm, he's very composed, he's dealing brilliantly with it, I have to say. It's very impressive. He had strong training session, keeps on going as if nothing happened, basically. So this is very impressive. I think the whole way he handled the situation with his club Crystal Palace, how he played and how strong he played while he had the wish to change clubs was very impressive. Now the transfer is off, and he will